We are live. We're doing 3 lives in 3 days, unannounced, all of them. I'm just feeling good. I'm in a good mood. We are out here doing something a little bit different. We have done a little bit different thing each and every day we've been live over these past 3 successive days. Today we're going to be shooting the recurve and the compound bow out back in the backyard range area. And then we're probably going to do a little bit of fishing, see if we can make up for yesterday's 0 up on the board during the live stream. So yeah, I'm going to start to get the bows ready, tilt you guys down, bring some stuff out here, get the bows ready, and see what we can do. Here is bow number 1, compound bow. Uh-oh, Caden's in here with the pookie. Caden always says pookies. I don't know why. Coal Region says hello. Thanks for stopping in, Coal Region. We're getting the bows out. Gonna go shoot a little bit, and then gonna probably go fish for a little bit as well. Here's bow number 2, the recurve. I got fresh string put on it, and I just got these 2 little knocking points installed on it yesterday. So yeah, we're ready to roll with that. I'm gonna get the bow stringer out here, get this strung up before we go over, and then we'll grab the arrows and the target as well. All right, target with our 4 recurve arrows we're gonna use. As you can see, this one's at a different angle. That's because I was testing the fresh knocking points in the garage after it was dark. I like the hat. Well, thanks. It says Elite on it, which is the brand of my compound bow. They gave it to me when I bought the bow. Matt's in. My uncle says, hey, how's the diff? The difference with what? I don't know, maybe I'm losing my mind here, but I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt. Matt's probably over there on the other side, disappointed that I don't know what he's talking about. We just had Skeeter give a gift. Thanks for coming in, Skeeter. Skeeter's another awesome moderator, frequent flyer on the channel. I've done some collaboration videos with him in the past. Bacon Block says hi, how you doing? I'm doing great. Sarah's in. You can drink soup with a spoon, but you can't drink soup with a fork. The reason for that is the soup will fall through the slots of the fork. Very wise of you. Oh, how's the differential? Yes, we did the differential on the truck yesterday. I went and did, as my dad instructed, I went and did some figure 8s in the empty parking lot at the high school, and it went well. No slip in, everything seems fine. No little differential bump. The differential on the truck's doing well. It honestly was not that big of like an issue. We thought it was going to take a little bit longer than it did. Didn't take too long. It was pretty good. Hey, where are you from? I'm from Pennsylvania. Skeeter says good morning. Coal Region, everyone's saying hi. Let's get this bow string up. Jay, don't come in here and just make claims. We can have a discussion, but gotta ask. My general opinion on all of that is I may not agree with them, but everybody's a person. Everybody deserves respect, and dialogue's what's important. You cannot agree with someone about a certain topic, but you gotta have dialogue. That's what's important in life. What's the yellow bag? The yellow bag is my archery target. Thanks, Christina. So, just making sure everything's centered up. I'm gonna consistently check because this is a fairly new string. Molly Matt says hello. Well, thank you. Hello to you as well. And then we got, yeah, that's Christina. Just mentioned her. So we got the recurve strung up. As I mentioned, I got the 2 new knocking points stuck on there yesterday. So there you go. J Caps sent floating heart. Well, thank you. How did I get the string in it? I can show you again. I used to mention this all the time when I strung up the recurve because people find it interesting. There's the truck in which we did the differential on yesterday. So how this works here is I have a piece of paracord with 2 loops. I got a big loop, which I stick over this side, just kind of on the limb itself. And then this side has a small loop that you stick over here and put in the groove where the string also goes. Then I can stand on this, pull up on it like a deadlift. This one will stay put. This one puts pressure on the limb, and then I can kind of de-hook the string. And then the same way in reverse to get the string back on there, put the tension in it. Kind of deadlift on this, slowly slide it down the limb to get it bent. And I can just pop that string in there, make sure everything's good. Take the tension off of it with the paracord, and now the string is holding all the tension in the bow. So that's how that works. John Massey says, hi, I love bows. Me as well. I've got 2 of them we're going to shoot today. All right, let's get the, yeah, it is. It's called a bow stringer. You can buy them for like 20 bucks online, but I just made mine with a piece of paracord. Works great. So we're taking the recurve bow and the target with the arrows over, and then I'll have to run back and grab the compound gear. I'm gonna shoot both of them. So what's the yellow bag made of? It has like fabric on the inside, kind of shifts around, uses that shifting to slow down the momentum of the arrow, and the front is like a woven nylon, so it doesn't actually puncture the bag. It just kind of splits up that little weave, makes a hole that can then repair itself later. Pretty cool system. All right, got that. Manchester United, isn't that a soccer team? I don't know how that's relevant, but yes. How do I make a bow? It depends on what you're talking about. A compound bow, typically you have a carbon or a machined aluminum riser, then you stick some carbon limbs on there. All this is, of course, specially engineered and designed. Get the cams set up, everything under tension, all that sort of stuff. And then with a recurve bow, you essentially have to build something that can take this flex here, has a little bit of reflex in it, that's why that curves back this way, and get a string on it. A little bit simpler. Where can I get those items? Well, the compound bow I'll be shooting is called the Elite Terrain. If you look that up, there's a lot of sellers that sell that bow. And this is a vintage from the 1960s recurve bow that my grandfather gave me. You can still find these on eBay. It's the Stemler Tartar. It's not the greatest bow, but it's a gift from my grandfather, so I still shoot it. And I'm probably going to shoot it at least for a couple more years. Hopefully my grandfather can continue to get to see me get some use out of this until he's no longer here. And once he's no longer here, I'm going to hang it up on the wall and have it as a little keepsake from him. But yeah. Hi, how are you? Says Ozzy Hernandez. I'm doing great. We're going to shoot some bows today. I'm going to hang this one up right here on my little bow hanger, and I'm going to really quickly run and grab the other stuff. You guys are going to stay here. Mods, you're on, because I'm not here to take care of anything for the moment being. I'll be back though. Alrighty, got the compound. Brought that one over as well. Whew. Stay put. Alright, and we got this as well. This is my monocular that I can use to see when we shoot out at 35, 40 yards. Can't totally see where the arrows are going anymore, so I use that to see. Yes, it is a bow in the box. I'll show you. A little bit fancier than the bow you've seen thus far. This is an archery live, and towards the end, maybe in an hour and a half or so, we're gonna go do some fishing. All right. So let's get the compound unboxed, uncased rather. Oh, almost slipped and fell down, but there's my compound bow. And then we got my stabilizer bars, which I can screw in just like that. Stabilizer bar one. I got a little guy that I put on the back just to give it some extra center of mass towards the rear. Just like that. So we got this one on the back with 4 ounces. This one on the front with 2. It is so nice. Probably 3 months old now. I've shot it for probably 3 days a week since I bought it, and I've been really liking it. I spent a good chunk of change on it, so I should like it, but I can shoot this bow for 10 years or so. So it's a big purchase, but spread out, it makes a lot of sense because I can shoot this bow for a long time. All right, let's hang this guy up on the tree as well. All right. Got 2 bows up on that tree. Star Wars says I subscribed. Well, thank you. Ozzy says I like that bow. Yep. Always thought archery was cool. Sweet. All right, we are gonna... Should we start with the recurve or the compound? I'm a little bit rusty with the recurve because I had some, which you guys have now seen that short, I had some nerve damage with my fingers, so I kind of stopped shooting my recurve for about 2 weeks. And then once I started shooting it again, the string needed replaced. So it's been about 3 weeks since I've consistently shot the recurve. I was getting decent groups yesterday, but I'm just trying to get back in the flow of the recurve. The compound, I'm pretty darn good at. I've been practicing that consistently for like 3 months straight, so. What are the chances? Yeah, what are the chances you finding this again? Yeah, I don't know. What do we think? Do we want recurve or compound first? I think compound. All right, we'll start with the compound. What yardage? Pick a yardage. 20, 30, or 40 yards to start the day. Someone pick a yardage for me. The recurve, we're probably only going up to like 20 today because I'm trying to get back in the swing of things. And I was only ever out to 30 with the recurve anyway, so everyone wants 40. I knew it. You guys are putting me in a pickle quick. Everyone wants to start at 40. All right, I'll turn you around so you guys can see me walk down there. You'll see how far away I am. All right, make it straight. All right. Alrighty. The target is out at 40. So, alright, I've been kind of switching back and forth as I've been doing archery lives recently. You guys will have to let me know what camera angle you want. Do you want over my back shoulder so you can see the target, or do you want here so you can see my shot form better? Let me know. Gotta get my release on. Do you want to see my shot form, or do we want to see the target? I mean, you can see the target down there. It's a ways. Do you want over the back shoulder? If we get one more vote for back shoulder, we'll start with that. I'm not saying we won't do the other way eventually. Okay, yeah, that's a little tight. Let's go this hole, that's better. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we want back shoulder. A lot of people end up liking the over here eventually because you can actually see my shot form. You can see my follow through a lot better. This, you can't tell a whole lot other than that I'm slinging arrows downrange. So we will, we'll give it a shot. Completely cold group from 40. I did this on I filmed a short for you guys the other day doing exactly this, a cold group from 40. It went pretty well, but we got some extra pressure. We got some people in here watching. Mr. Money says, I'm in the woods. Like you are actively hunting right now? That'd be pretty sweet. All right, let's see what we can do at this target from 40. I don't know if you heard that, but we hit. Let's see what it looks like with the... It's a tad low. See if we can get in the middle. Sweet. That's sweet, Mr. Money. Another shot at 40. And one I think was a bit better. Yep. A little bit closer. I mean, we're hitting the target down at 40. The grouping right now, those two are a little far apart. It seems a bit low, which is, as this bow's been stretching out, it seems to like be tending that direction. So it might just be low in general. We'll have to see. See how this whole group looks? If the whole group looks low, then it's not my problem. Still low, but almost touching the last arrow. So, hey, Stuart's in here. What we got here, we are shooting both bows, compound and recurve today. Star Wars Galaxy says, I've never used a bow and arrow before, but I went fishing. My uncle did before he passed away. If he lived a couple more years, I probably would do fishing and hunting. There you go. I'm hunting. I just shot a buck. That's pretty sweet. Hopefully you're telling the truth. If you are, that's pretty sweet. Frankie gives us a whole bunch of letters, which I don't know what they mean. Sweet. Thanks. ZM6782. We are a family-friendly channel. That's not something we are doing. I fish commonly on Saturday because there's no school or Sunday. Yep, there you go. All right, one more shot at 40. Yeah, the grouping is very consistently 2 inches low. I'm dead center, but it's like 2 inches low. Let's see. Yeah, I'm 2 inches low and a smidge left. The left is probably me, because this whole ground, you guys probably can't tell. I actually have the camera tilted to make it look straight, but if I put the tripod straight, this is what this ground looks like. I'm tilted. So that's probably my sight bubble being off this way, just a smidge. That's probably the left, but the low isn't me, so. Ozzy says, can you give a shout out to my channel? Well, I don't know what your channel's about. Maybe one of our mods can find out, and we'll see if it fits the vibe of this channel. All right, I'm gonna go grab those arrows. We're gonna pull it up, take a couple shots with the recurve. From like 10 yards. We're going from 40 to like 10, so. Bring the release down here. Can we try another view too? Yeah, we'll bring it back out to 40 and we'll do another view here and eventually. It's my name, Ozzy here. Yeah, but we don't know what it's about. You gotta have some content on there. All right, let me go grab the target and bring it into right here so we can shoot it with the recurve. So I said, oh, those two arrows look like they're touching. Well, they actually were touching down there. Yeah, whole group centered, pretty good. Ever so slightly off to the left. Yeah, ever so slightly off to the left, maybe that much, and about 2 inches low. And I think that's just the bow continuing to settle. I think I'm going to, within the next couple weeks, take it back out to a bow shop and get a tune-up. I haven't had it tuned up since I started shooting it. Bows settle a little bit when you set them up and all this different stuff, so strings might have stretched a little bit, and I think I'm going to pop it up to 70 pounds. The draw weight on that's at 65, and initially I set it at 65 because I'm like, oh yeah, I can draw 70, I can even draw 80, but like if I'm going to shoot it for so many reps, which is typically what I do, I shoot a lot of reps when I go out there and shoot, I was like, oh, we might want to drop it a little bit. It's not a problem. I think I'm just going to pop it up to the full maximum capacity of the bow of 70, because the 65, like, I can shoot 100 shots and still be completely fine on 65. So if I pop it up to 70 and can only shoot 90 shots, I'm not sure I care that much. It'll give me a little bit more speed and range too, which will be nice for like 3D shooting. So what time is it for you? Mine is 11:52. Mine is 10:52, so I'm an hour behind you. Ozzy's a kid, I think. There you go. All right. Yeah, there you go. I'm glad you joined us. Thanks, Star Wars Galaxy. All right, so we're gonna get the glove on. I just made a video about this. You can shoot recurve without a glove, but if you do, it leads to some potentially bad consequences if you shoot a lot. I actually had some nerve damage I shot for about an hour without wearing my glove, just because sometimes it's annoying, especially when I'm switching between recurve and compound, because I have like the release on and the glove and all this stuff. But you know, I learned a lesson. It's definitely worth shooting with the glove, because if you shoot with the glove without the glove for too long, yeah, it can mess with your fingers. I had some nerve damage, took me a while to fix it, so I'm going to make it a priority to continue wearing the glove for the recurve. Ozzy says I post funny videos. Well, if that's true, and you like funny videos, go check out Ozzy. Alrighty, got the recurve arrow. Let's see what we can do. As I said, we're just trying to get we're trying to get back into the swing of the recurve. It's been about 3 weeks since I've been consistently shooting it due to my nerve damage issue, and then I had to replace the string, so we got a new string, new knocking points. It might be slightly off. We're just trying to get our bearing back with the recurve today. That's the goal. See what we can do. First shot of the day. A little bit high left. I'll be watching the stream till it's over. Well, thank you. We might be on for quite a while today. We'll be doing some fishing, all that sorts of stuff. It might be another 3-hour live stream today. I hope your hand is okay. It is now, but it took about 10 days to get feeling back in the tips of my fingers because I was shooting without a glove. I'll show you what it looks like to shoot without the glove once. It's about doing it consistently. Like, I can take 1 or 2 shots, but I shot for an entire hour, probably 80 shots without my glove on. So the way you do this is you take your hand and you put your fingers, the very tip of your fingers, that first section, you put it in the center of the string and pull. And I did that for a whole hour, and it like cut off circulation, and I lost all feeling in the tips of my fingers for a while. So yeah, but we'll do 1 or 2 just to show you what it's like. See, I can shoot without the glove on, but it's not a good idea for me to do it for a long period of time. So we'll put it back on. Yeah, I had some nerve damage. For 10 days, I couldn't feel anything with those fingers. So I can stay for about another 30 minutes, but I'll try and catch another stream, or I'll be back later today. Well, there you go. Yeah, it didn't hurt. I just couldn't feel anything. So I guess that's a different thing. It was still weird. I have a short about it on the channel. I put out a short yesterday, but it's 2 shorts ago. So not the one from yesterday, but the one from 2 days ago, or whatever I'm saying. Not the last short, but the one before that. Sometimes I struggle to talk. Yeah, Matt says, good to know a PT. Yeah, my mom's a physical therapist. She got me right. She helped me out, so. There you go. So grouping, not great, but like we're hitting the target. That's all we can ask for, trying to get back in the swing of things. By the end of the day, if we can be back to decent status from 20, that's where I want to be. When I was practicing consistently and so on and so forth, I was good, pretty good out to 30. I was really good at 20. So if we can get to decent at 20, then we're back in the swing of things generally. So. Let's do something fun. Let's see. All right, so you guys can't see it, but on the top of the bag target, there is writing. It says BC-300. I'm gonna grab the compound, and I'm going to see how close I can get to putting it in the middle of the second 0 on that 300. This will show you the difference in accuracy between a compound and a recurve. We'll see if we can hit that 0. Stick it right in the opening of the 0. Hopefully we don't miss. I actually just like instinctively aimed at the dot, the top right dot. That I told you where I was aiming, and I just didn't aim there. Let's fix that. I mean, I hit within a 1/4 inch of where I was aiming, but that wasn't where I was supposed to aim. All right, we're aiming for the 0. Remind myself of that. Oh, I was so close. It's just on the line for the 0. I'll show you. Which it should be. We're from 10 yards. We can mess around with aiming at little tiny targets when we're only from 10 yards. Here, I'll show you the overall grouping. Let me take the camera out. Do you do hunting? I have not hunted yet, but I'm going to be here in the future with this bow. So here's what we're looking like. Whoa, hold on. We got some smudgies on the camera. Let me fix that. All right, there we go. That's better. So here's the grouping with the recurve. We got 3 of them in the general region, which was right where I was aiming, but we got 1 flyer down here. So obviously we got some work to do still with the recurve today. Here's my shot where I was aiming at this dot. Obviously pretty good. Here's the one where I was aiming at that 0. I was aiming right here, right about where this little dot is. And this is where I hit, like super close, like less than a finger's width. But yeah, we'll We'll pull these arrows, we'll do another grouping at 10. Super accurate. An attempt to be super accurate with the compound, and just to see what our grouping looks like with the recurve. Let's do it one more time. There we go, got that back in the tripod. Watch out for those arrows, you might hit a Bigfoot in the butt. Yeah, I don't know. Sub to Alston says hi. There you go. All right, yeah, let me go pull those arrows. We'll do another grouping. All right, so we got this. Get on our glove. Hey, Den's in here. How's it going, Den? We're gonna be doing some fishing later in the live, but we're starting out with shooting the recurve and the compound for a bit. Here's the recurve again. See what we can do. 10 yards, just trying to get our mojo back with the recurve after about 3 weeks of not shooting it due to nerve damage and putting on a new string. There we go. I'm aiming at the dead center now, so that was low, but not too bad. So that was way too high. I'm trying to get back my mojo with shooting instinctively, which is what I used to do, but it takes a little bit to get that feel back, because it really is a lot of feeling when you shoot instinctive. There we go. That was good. Right in the middle. Found the Goldilocks. I have to go, but I'll try to catch you later today. Well, thank you. I will not be live much past... What time is it now? I'll probably not be live much past 1 o'clock, but yeah, if you're here then, I'll probably be here. There we go. Those last two shots were a little bit better. All right, switch over to the compound. All right, what should we go for? Should we go for one of those zeros on the 300 again? Is that what we're thinking? Let me know. Or should we go for something else? There's a bunch of little tiny things we could aim at. But what do we want? Another zero? We could aim for the dash between the BC and the 300. Someone give me a suggestion here. Something tiny. We're only from 10 yards with the compound, so let's see what we can do. Once I have a suggestion, I'll give it a shot. So first come, first serve basis. What am I aiming at here from 10 yards on that target? I'm waiting. If I could get my strap on my release in the right spot, that'd be ideal. I'm not getting any suggestions. What are we aiming at? What should we aim at? We could go. There's 5 dots. Top right, top left, bottom right, bottom left, center. Then there's some writing up at the top. There's little deer head drawings. We could aim for one of those. They're right on the corners. That'd be a fun shot because you can't have any margin of error left or right or up or down. So give me a suggestion. I'm waiting. I'm not going to shoot till someone gives me one. Top right dot. We want top right dot? All right. I got to shoot over top of my one recurve arrow. I think I hit my recurve arrow. I did, but that's fine. All right. There you go. Smacked the recurve arrow. Let's go show you the deal. Oh boy, don't start with the 6s and the 7s. All right, yes. So here is from 10 yards. Top right dot with the compound arrow. Here's the recurve grouping going for the center. One was high, one was low, one was in the middle. 67 yards. I don't have that much range. I can only go out to 40. See that pile of logs right there? That's the backstop. Beyond that is a hill. That's the backstop I have for my little range back here. So I actually can't go past 40 or else I'm in danger of hitting someone. So I'm not going to do that. Alrighty, let's flip this guy around. 32 yards. We can probably do that. That should be like right there. Alright, we'll do a group at 32 yards per Christina's suggestion. With the compound, not with the recurve. All right, 32 yards should be like right there-ish. Alrighty, 32-ish yards. It's an estimate, but should be somewhat close. It's right in that 30 range. We're just gonna use the 30-yard pin. All right, 30-ish yards. Right in the middle, dead middle. It's aimed for the left side. There's 5 dots down there. Left side dot. We aimed for the middle dot. Here's left. I don't know where that one hit. Quite a bit low, actually. That was weird. Do I know why that happened? No, I do not. But see if we can make up for it on the next shot. That one was good. It turned the bag. I don't know if you saw that because the bag's kind of tilted and I hit it on the edge on the left or the right side. So twisted the bag. One more shot, dead middle, but in the top. Let's see how we do with that. That one was really good. All right. There's your 32-ish yards. What do we want now? Someone give me a suggestion as I go pull those arrows and bring the target. I'm gonna put the target at 20, and we can do a group with both the compound and the recurve at 20. The recurve's gonna be rough. Compound should be really darn good. Eventually I'm gonna get a rangefinder. 100. I don't know if I could do 100. I never got a chance to actually shoot past 50. That's the longest I've ever been able to take a shot. I'm gonna try and do some sighting out to like 70 here eventually with my sight. But other than that, like, that's gonna be a challenge to find a place I can do 70. But we're gonna give it a shot. I just haven't had a chance to do that. All right, so here's 20 with the compound. Bottom center dot. It's a little bit low. Everything's a little bit low today. Let's try the same dot, see if it hits in the same spot. No, that one hit middle. Maybe I was just low. We're just gonna shoot at the same dot 4 times, see what our grouping from 20 is. That first shot was weird. I don't know why that happened. Well, I'm hitting dead middle now, so I don't know exactly why that happened. On that first shot. The rest of the grouping was really good. 23 yards. That's basically where it is now. It's at like 20. I actually don't know. I don't have a rangefinder, but I know where about 10 is. Like within 3 feet. Within probably 6 feet. Within 2 yards, I can put it at 10, 20, 30, and 40. Admiral Kirk comes in here sometimes and just causes trouble, so that's a familiar face. We'll just give him a timeout. 23 yards. Sure. Let's do this grouping with the recurve. About 23 yards, somewhere in there. Have I got any deer yet? I've actually never deer hunted with any of my bows. That's a lot of the reason why I'm doing so much practice, so I can go out there and do that next year. I sound like your brother. Hopefully that's a good thing. Hopefully you got yourself a nice brother there. So yeah. My accent sounds exactly the same. Where's he from? Where's your brother? Do I shoot firearms? Occasionally. It's good to just be a generally good marksman, but never done any of that on YouTube. I will when I do some hunting stuff, but only in the context of hunting. It's just a tool. West Texas. Yeah, I'm from Pennsylvania, so I don't know how that works. All right, here you go. Here's 20 yards with the recurve. So that was low. Get my hat out of here. My hat was in the way. It is weird. The string angle of the compound and the recurve are so much different. I can shoot the compound just fine with my hat on, not with the recurve. That one was just a straight miss. Yeah, I told you, we're just out of touch with the recurve from 3 weeks of not shooting it, nerve damage, all that stuff. All right, we're lined up. There we go. I just need to focus a little bit more with the recurve because I'm out of touch with it. That was dead middle. Sweet. I'm probably gonna make some silencers for this bow. As you can hear, it vibrates, has some noise to it. I'm gonna go squirrel hunting before the end of this year, and I'm not exactly sure when I'm gonna do it, but probably sometime early December. And I think I'm gonna use, if I get one, use some squirrel tails to make some silencers for the bow. That'll be a cool little project. But yeah, can I do 26? Sure. Let me first go do another group with the recurve. Just get the second 2 shots were way better. Let me I just got to get back in the groove with the recurve because I've been out of touch with it for a little bit. We just got to get back in the zone. You guys, for those of you guys who've been around my channel for a while, you've seen some of my recurve lives where I've shot really, really well. But 3 weeks of practice and then a whole new string setup, because we just replaced the string, really does something. Like 3 weeks of no practice on its own probably doesn't do much. No practice on its own probably doesn't do much. Nerve damage on its own doesn't do much. But when you add all those together, it makes it a little bit different. And I'm not quite in the zone that I once was. It is really weird that I can't shoot the recurve with a hound. Let me try it one more time. Like, I really am having trouble. It's just the string hits the tip of the hat. It's tough, man. I have to like tilt it. Yeah, look at this. Here, I'll show you. When I draw the recurve, I put it here. See, it's touching the hat. But let's show you the difference. If I draw the compound, it doesn't touch. It really doesn't. It's a string angle difference, but check it out. Ready? Draw the compound. It doesn't touch. I mean, it's close to touching, but it doesn't touch. Good shot. I just wanted to, instead of letting it down, might as well throw the arrow down range. Reason I have 22s, because I'm just a kid. There you go. Training to kill some deer eventually. It's just generally fun, but eventually I will take a deer with one. I just enjoy it for what it is, regardless anyway. So, all right. Take off the hat because it touches the hat. See what we can do. It's in there. It's on the target. Don't know. Why not? Let me know your opinion. I always like having dialogue with people. Tell me why that's not something that sits well with you, and we'll have a discussion. Eddie says, hi. Can I do 21? That's probably about where it is now. 20 to 21, so. Oh, it went through the top of the target. Nice. That was not a... It is God's creation. Well, in Acts 10 of the Bible, God himself actually says to Peter, go, kill, and eat. That's a real statement in the Bible. God says we are stewards of his creation in Genesis, so we have the right to do that. As someone who's going to go hunting, I mean, I appreciate animals for what they are. They're beautiful creatures. They're majestic creatures. And I love them. But like you look at all the, especially in my area, all the deer that are hit on the side of the road as far as roadkill, I'd much rather them go to having food. For me, having food and all that sort of things, I'd use every part of the animal. It gives you such an appreciation for the animal when you can see them as a resource and understand how they work in the ecosystem and be responsible in that. Especially in my area, you get 6 doe tags. Why? Because there's too many of them, and we just keep building more houses, encroaching on their habitat. it's actually good to take them out so that the population overall is still strong and still safe. Um, and truly, as someone who has taken fish and caught fish and then eaten them, you get much more of an appreciation for that animal's life and for what that animal means to the ecosystem when you use them than if you just observe them. There's an unethical, not responsible way to do it, which is just doing it for pleasure, doing it because I want to conquer this animal, I want to have a trophy on my wall. But if you use them properly, you can use them as a resource, and you're actually being part of doing conservation, then that is a different story than going out there and doing it the right way or doing it the wrong way. For now, you're just shooting targets. Indeed, right. So I will be taking a deer with that bow, but I argue that it's for the right reasons. Sport hunting, yeah. Sport hunting is, there's nothing wrong with going out there and desiring to get a big deer, but if the only reason you're hunting is to put a big thing on your wall, then you're probably doing it for the wrong reasons. Nothing wrong with wanting a big one, but if you get a big one and the only reason you want it is to put it on the wall, then that's not why you should be out there hunting. 3 more deer tags left, yep. When you have nothing to eat, maybe, but you have lots of other animals you can eat. Well, there's another thing. The cattle farming industry, the chicken farming industry, first of all, the meat is much healthier for you, deer meat is, than those types of meat, believe it or not. And it's actually more ethical to get your sources from the wild than it is to get it from a farm. The animals suffer in the farm much more than in the wild. Now, those animals were born for the reason of food, but you can use it. You can use it for the purpose. Animals in the wild for the purpose of eating, and it's actually much more ethical to let that animal live a proper life than just do it in the farm and then kill them to eat. It's much more ethical and less cruel to the animal. Now, there's an argument that like those animals were raised to be food, so that's a difference. But still, that's by no means an argument. I save many animals in the wild and take to the vet. Yeah, I have 2 cats. I absolutely love just protecting the animals out here in the wild, but we do have the responsibility and the authority, if you believe what the Bible says, to do this. There's nothing wrong with it. Watch Gray Archer. He's the goat of instinctive bow shooting and stumping. Yeah, I say used to be. About a month ago, I was pretty good. And then I got nerve damage in my fingers, changed my bowstring, and didn't practice for 3 weeks. So I'm just trying to get my groove back. Muscle memory should come back pretty quick, but Yeah, we have 2 cats. In fact, one of them's struggling right now with a urinary tract issue. So I totally understand loving animals. You can actually love animals and be a hunter at the same time. In fact, I think a lot of responsible hunters love animals more than people who just have pets, because you understand what their actual role in an entire ecosystem is, and that's really important. All right, here's another shot. And there you go. Argue the morality of living off the land. Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that, and I don't think it's political. I think it's just a lot of people don't have perspective. Now, one side or the other may have less perspective on average than another, but I think it's just about perspective. Right, that's why, for example, that's why there's regulations about what caliber bullet you can use to take a deer, because you want to be ethical and responsible. When I take that deer, I want it to go down as quick as possible. That's why I'm practicing all this, so I can make a proper shot placement, be confident in my shot placement so that I don't have that animal suffer. Making animals suffer isn't what I want. That's not what I want. But taking their life, using it for a purpose, is different than being cruel to animals. Yeah, supermarket meat is actually more cruel to the animals than which it came from than hunting it from the wild. Now, does that mean it's wrong? Still no, fundamentally, like at least in my opinion, because we do have that authority and ability to make those decisions. If you believe what the Bible says and you just believe that we are a higher intellectual class of being than those, than those other animals, but that doesn't mean that we can disrespect them. Respect and authority they're not mutually exclusive. If you have authority, just like, look, it's like Spider-Man, with great responsibility, with great power comes great responsibility. If we do have the authority and the ability to make those decisions on how to protect those animals and do the right things, then we also have a responsibility to do it the right way. Sad thing is all of them are breeding and having babies, putting their own beliefs on them without their kin figuring it out for themselves. Yeah, a lot of people do that. It's good to have dialogue, good to actually think about things. Yes, but they also live in a place where they don't have enough food or enough space and all that. Where in an animal, maybe it's 2 seconds more of suffering for that animal when they pass, but they actually get to live a whole full life in the wild. It's a different thing. It really is. It's very different. You can believe that. That's okay. I'm not trying to convince you otherwise. That's why dialogue's important. I never claim that you have to believe my side, but I can respect what you're saying as long as you respect what I'm saying. First love was compound bows, not only shooting hybrid lind bows. I don't know what a lind bow is. Longbow? Maybe? I don't know. We got 2 more arrows sitting here with the compound. Might as well put the last 2 arrows downrange and then just go grab all of them at the same time. Before you even talk about cruelty, go look how those animals are treated in the meat packing factories. You have your eyes open real quick, otherwise don't opinionate if you don't know the truth. Indeed. I mean, it's actually better than it once was, but like in school, when I was in high school, we read about a thing called The Jungle, which was from like the 1950s or 40s, something like that. It was about the meatpacking industry and how cruel it was and like how frankly gross it was. So, just be aware. Be aware of what's actually the truth, What is your name? I saw many videos. My name is Nolan, and I have many videos on my channel. Either extreme. Yeah. If you're sport hunting and all you want to do is just go out there, take an animal, then that's not right. And also, if you're completely against it, that's probably also not right. Christian says, Jesus loves you so much. I agree. But I totally agree with that, but when you come in here and spam that creates a bad name. I'm a believer as well. Many industries are cruel. There you go. Yeah, for sure. It's about having a respectful dialogue. You can believe that, you can act on your own accord, but there's plenty of evidence to back up what I'm doing. So that's a whole different thing. Very, very good shot. Let's see from 20 yards. Let's see how we do on hitting that. We'll hit the middle 0 of the 300. That little thing we were trying to hit earlier. Ryan says, I hunted for years, quit because of the overhunting allowed, but I still buy backstrap every year. Yeah. You got to be responsible. Just because they give you 6 doe tags in my region doesn't mean you should fill 6 doe tags. I mean, like 2 or 3, that's probably a good idea. But 6, probably not. You actually have to, as I said earlier, just because they give you 6 doesn't mean you do 6. Just because someone tells you something doesn't mean you believe it. Use your brain. It's important. Christian, yes, I believe that as well. But as I said, I always tell people when they come in here and say this, because I'm a believer myself. The Bible says that people will know us by our fruits. They'll know us by the love we have for one another. Just coming in here and saying things has the same feeling as a lot of empty phrases that people come in here and put. Building relationships with people and having your life speak is how you actually do it the right way. So just don't come in here and just say stuff. That doesn't mean as much as actually having your life be an example. JJ, for sure, I believe your name is Jessica, you said. As I said, we can have a dialogue, you can believe that, but don't come into me and tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. If I can have a respectful dialogue about it, just respect my opinions and you can have your own opinion. We had a discussion about it. Everyone gets buck tags and now they're tiny. Yeah. There's actually a lot of deer in my area. So your area could definitely be different, but my area, some of them need to be taken out. There's a lot of them. I mean, I commute to school I go to college 45 minutes away. I could do a 45-minute, 30-mile commute. I see probably 8 roadkill deer every single day on that drive. It's pretty crazy. And that's not even in the woods. That's just on the highway. I'm sure there's many more in those little backwoods, tiny roads, you know. Christina says, I love fishing. Me as well. We'll do some of that later. All right, let's see if we can hit that little 0 down there. Maybe half an inch high. JJ says we can change that. I don't know what that means. You want to change respecting my opinion and me respecting your opinion? We're just respecting each other. That's all. Macungie, PA. I'm in the southeastern region. I'm about 40 outside of Philly, and I'm about 20 outside of King of Prussia. So that's about where I am. Not too far from you. Central Texas and bucks are tiny. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I imagine. Didn't they? Central Texas. Don't they have like all dads that they stocked in West Texas now? I saw a video of someone hunting one of those. Those things are crazy. All right, let's go take a look at what the group looks like. I'll show you where we hit on that little 0 from 20 yards. All right, we're just gonna give, because they're just here spamming now. I had a respectful dialogue. If you can't respect that, then I don't know what to tell you. So aiming for this guy, hit right there, about 3/4 of an inch high. Good shot. All 3 of those at that bottom dot are in. This one's a little bit low. Don't know what happened there. That one's in. And then our recurve grouping from 20, very spread out. But as I said, we're just trying to get back in the flow with it. Do I have any pets? Yes, I do. I have we have 2 cats, and in the past I've had a bunch of fish. I've had some crabs, salamanders. I've had a bunch of stuff. I appreciate nature for what it is. That can be a resource. That can just be looking at the environment. I think to be the most responsible and most well-rounded outdoor enthusiast and appreciator of nature, you actually have to understand them as both a resource and just something you can observe, you know? Texas Parks and Wildlife have no idea about conservation. Yep, as I said, you as the individual also have a responsibility to use your brain and do what you think is best, not just what people tell you is best. Christina says, I have a black lab. Dogs are pretty sweet. I like dogs. I do a lot of dog sitting for people as one of the ways I make income. All right, put you guys back on the tripod. Sorry about the weird camera work. It's just been, I've been freehanding it. Let's do a group where you guys are out here and you can see my form. Poachers are huge issues here. Yeah, luckily we don't have many issues with that in Pennsylvania, at least per my knowledge, so. All right, this way you guys can see my full shot form. We'll break it down for you on this first shot, and then we'll just do a quick set and then switch to the recurve. All right, so what we do, get your hand set, draw, transition the weight of that bow to the back arm, that your actual back muscles, not just your arm. Get it set here, and get that pin on target, and then when you're ready, you squeeze the trigger. Don't just slap it. There you go. Her name is Luna. That's also, I know a lot of dogs named Luna. All right, shot 2. Oh, there's a blue jay out there. Look at that. Out by my 40-yard target mark. Bend that elbow a little bit, not a ton. You don't want it like straight out like this. Just a little bit of bend. Give you some give. How many we got in here? 64 people in here. Thank you, guys. smoked it. I mean, we should. We're at 20 yards. This is like prime if a deer walked up and I needed to take a shot. Like I need to be on. And right now I'm within ½ inch of everything I'm aiming at. So that's good. And a deer, if I remember what Woodsman said correctly, if you aim at the center of a deer's vital zone, you have a 10-inch zone where you have a good shot. So I should be good to make an ethical shot on a deer, and I still have a whole year to prep. So we're going to be doing some 3D archery shoots as well in the coming year, just having some fun with this bow. You guys will see some videos with that in the future. Zayden says, "Me know little English." Well, that sentence might confirm that, but you're welcome to be here. We are open to anybody who's willing to hang out, have some respectful dialogue, and just enjoy one another. Good shot. We're just going to put all the compound arrows into that target at 20 yards. From Greece, sweet. And then Christina, I don't know that either. I didn't see anybody say that, but I don't know. Well, it doesn't bother me, but put all these compound arrows in the target at 20 yards, and then we'll switch to recurve. That was not a great shot. It was probably 1.5 inches high, but as I said, 1.5 inches is still a decent enough shot to get it done. Hunsickers Grove in Albertus for my fishing. It's my favorite spot. There you go. Everyone, it's always good to have a favorite spot. Hello from Scotland. There you go. Minnesota Mike's in. Good job at doing this. I could probably not be good at that. Well, there you go. Recurve, we've got one. It's sitting behind me. We will do the recurve in a minute. Can we have a view of the target? Minnesota Mike, you just missed it. We just switched over to this view so I could show my full shot, shot form. We'll go back to the over the shoulder in a moment. I middled that one. That was good. All right, just for Minnesota Mike, because he just came in, we're going over the shoulder shot. There's the target. Here's me. Let's go like this a little bit. There you go. This is real testimony for a pastor. Don't know what that means, but I actually preached a sermon at my church this past Sunday. Yeah, I'm just starting to get more involved in terms of leading worship consistently and just being able to speak and do stuff. You know, it's a very important part of my life, and I'm glad I'm getting the opportunities to do that. Testimony: a pastor who fell into a hole and couldn't get out for 3 days. Oh, there's squirrels running around down there. Put him in deep sleep and took him to heaven. Don't know what that means, but ever Robin Hood an arrow? No, I actually try not to, because that's expensive. There's 5 dots on my target, and usually I shoot at a different dot every shot, so that way I'm not just stacking arrows on top of one another. I've broken a couple knocks by accident, but I've never Robin Hooded one, and I really don't want to, because it's not that, like, I can hit a knock all I want and just break 8,000 knocks. But Robin Hooding an arrow is just getting the exact right contact, and I don't need that to prove that I'm a good archer. There you go. How do I super chat? I actually don't know. I think it would be, you'd probably have an option in your emoji section or something like that. So JC, there's a whole bunch of letters, and then 032. Sorry, I'm messing your name. Says, I'm so proud of you. Well, thank you. Dragon 18 gives me the eyeballs. Probably excited to see the recurve here in a moment. Christina, if you're really inclined to super chat, I would highly appreciate it. You can probably look it up, and I'm sure there's a quick Google search that will give you the right answer. How do I go online? Oh, how do I go live on YouTube? So you need 50 subscribers to go live on YouTube, at least 50. And from there, you can go in, and in the center of your YouTube, towards the bottom, there's a plus button. You can click go live, set up all the settings, and then you're ready to roll. But you need 50 subscribers first. All right, let's get on the glove, and let's shoot the recurve. Below the heart on YouTube app for Super Chat. There you go. Thanks, Dragon. Or it's Dragon. I'm saying dragon, but there's actually an I in there. Dragon. That's my guess. All right. From 20 yards with the recurve bow, let's see what we can do. As I said many times, I had some nerve damage. There's a short out about it. Blaze Smith, I don't know what that means, but I'm just going to remove that chat. We try and keep a family-friendly chat about respectful things, respectful language. We can have dialogues about things, but, you know, try and keep it respectful. As I said many times, I had some nerve damage on this hand. I changed the string, and I haven't practiced for 3 weeks, so there's a lot of factors going into this. I'm just not on my game with the recurve, and today we're just trying to get back in the zone with it. Baxter says hi. All right. Oh, yes, you are, Christina. We were referring to someone else. You're good. And when I say that, I'm not, like, mad at you. Yeah, Blaze Smith, you're fine. There's plenty of people in here who I've talked to all the time who every once in a while throw out not family-friendly word, and I have to get rid of it, and I'm not mad at them. I'm just trying to keep it family-friendly and good, you know? I'm not mad at you, I promise. All right, let's see if we can hit the target with the recurve. Low, but good. My instinctive abilities are coming back. Yep, kids are watching. Yep, there you go. Yeah. I just want to be family-friendly, open to all. You know, I mean, if you're being honest, you don't need bad words to have an adult conversation. If you can have a respectful and intellectual conversation, then you can have an adult conversation without having to use adult words, you know? Not bad. All right, let's go pull all those arrows. Where do you get a release for your bow? So this one actually came from an archery shop that I went to. This release is discontinued, so I got it for a stellar deal. But there's many. This release is very similar, in particular to the Spot Hog Wise Guy. Very similar. That's a very expensive release in my opinion. Stan Solex, also pretty expensive, but it's very similar. Low travel trigger release. With a singular hook and a loose strap. That's kind of the factors that chose me to buy this particular release. Stan Solex, about $100, very comparable. Spot Hog Wise Guy, much more expensive, like $160 or something, very comparable. But the one I think is probably the most comparable as far as price and function is there's one from Trophy Ridge. I forget what the exact term is, but if it's about an $80 release, and that's very similar to this one. I paid about $70 for this. It's a discontinued release. The reasons I really like it are because when you have the strap, not a Velcro strap, a nice, very comfortable strap. This is loose, so if I twist it or anything, I'm not really impacting the bowstring much. It's got a single hook, so it's easy to slide on there, and it's always consistently releasing the same way as opposed to a caliper release. And then this trigger has almost no trigger travel. Watch this. It's ready. I'm pulling on it. It doesn't move at all before it lets go, which makes you have a very consistent, smooth, not jerky release, because it's just gonna, you squeeze and it goes off, you squeeze and it goes off. You can't stop halfway because there's no like travel. It's very good for that. So yeah, JJ's talking about preaching. Yeah, as I said, in my opinion, just talking about the things doesn't do a whole lot. If you want people to really be impacted, you have to live things out the right way, you know. So yeah, and you were talking about the glove. I don't love this glove, but it was like $10 or $15 on Amazon. This one's from Kesha's Outdoors. I think I'm going to actually switch over to tabs here eventually. I'll do some videos on that and that process, so on and so forth. But yeah, I think I'm going to switch over to tabs. Focus in the kingdom, indeed. Felix from Stray Kids. Don't even know what that is, but yeah. All right, let me go grab all the arrows. So it is 11:46 p.m. So we're gonna give one more timeout because they just keep coming in here and spewing information, which is fine. Everyone is allowed to have their opinions, but you know, that's not what this chat's about. We can have dialogue, but if you just come in here and just say the same things over and over again, that's not what I'm about. I will be pulling arrows out of one of those trees. I have done that before, but I'm consistent enough to where I don't do it very often, so that's good. Minnesota Mike, we'll entertain you here in a little bit. This is at 20 yards. I have the ability to shoot it out to 40 yards at this little range, so we'll entertain you in a bit here, and we'll push it out to 40. Here's a couple shots at 20. Dead middle. Where do you live? I'm in Pennsylvania, southeastern Pennsylvania. All right, let's give another shot at one of these zeros. As I said, there's a writing that says BC-300 on the top. 20 yards, we're going to aim for the center of one of those little zeros. They got about a 1-inch diameter. Let's see if we can hit it. This is like a 10 ring target archery, I believe. Someone can look that up. How wide is a 10 ring for target archery from 20 yards? I might have smoked it. We're close. If we're not there, we'll take one more shot at it, see if we can get it. This is dangerous because we're aiming at like the exact same spot. I think that one was like a little right. They're so close together, I can't even tell. We'll take one more shot and we'll go show you how close these three are. Hopefully I don't like wildly miss on this one because that grouping's looking nice right now. Ooh, did you hear that noise? I think I might have just absolutely smoked one of my knocks. That might be expensive. Okay, that might have been a dumb idea. I think I just broke something. All right, nothing seems to be broken. So, I don't know if you guys heard that. What happened here, as you can see, this arrow's up here as compared to the other. Oh no, I did break one. Well, I was just talking about Robin Hooding. Broken knock because I hit it with the other arrow. Oh, that's what that noise was, and that's why that arrow's high. It actually hit this knock and bounced off. Oh, it's like mega cracked. Oh, can I pull it out? Ugh. I have a replacement knock, so this isn't the worst thing in the world. But there you go. Smoked the arrow. But yeah, this grouping was looking like this. So this one was here. We're a little bit high right. So see those two arrows? They are like stacked on top of one another. Let's show you this one. So these two arrows, that's from 20 yards. I was aiming for right here. So they're a little bit high right. Maybe something we can fix. I think that's the bow, not me, because I was pretty consistent, obviously. And then my next shot was literally going to land on top of this one, and that's why I smoked the knock, broke it, and this arrow kind of bounced up and ended up lodging itself in here. It actually, the target portion was here, and then it deflected off of it, so it was going to land exactly where that arrow was. Very consistent. But yeah, smoked a knock, gonna have to replace that one. And then this was our shot at that dot, so we're very good, very consistent, good 20-yard grouping. There, I'll go this way. Minecraft. Oh yeah, I can fix that. As long as the arrows, like the actual shaft of the arrow is good. I have a replacement knock in my case. We can go do it right now. Do I have any pliers on me? I don't have any pliers, but we can probably pull that out if we just get a good grip on it. Let's take this arrow back here and fix this knock. I have a replacement knock, but yeah, as I said, we were talking about Robin Hooding, and oh yeah, I don't aim at the same spot on the target because I break stuff. Evidence. I break things when I aim at the same spot. Uh-oh, there goes the windsock. Put that in the pocket. Use my teeth? Yeah, not going to do that, but I think we might be able to get it good enough. Oh my goodness, it's tight. Hold on. We're close. Well, here's what I can tell you. This is halfway out. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. There's a little ridge there. Usually that's all the way in. Here, listen. Yeah, my fingernail's falling into that ridge. Usually that's completely closed because it's all the way in there. Even with it like halfway out, that thing is tight in there. These are not coming out just randomly. Use your Leatherman. I actually left my multi-tool back at the house. I have a knife, but I don't really want to like use that to pry. That's kind of a dumb idea. So yeah, let's not do that. My multi-tool is sitting on my desk. I got it out this morning and didn't put it in my pocket. We'll leave this when we go back up there to get our fishing gear. We will fix this arrow. Let me go right there. We are at 11:53. We're going to take a couple more shots with the recurve, and then we're going to go do some fishing. And when we go up there to get our fishing gear, we will fix the knock. All right, let's go from this angle. What kind of knife is that? That is a Benchmade bug out. They are expensive, but I bought it when they didn't cost $1 million. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't think they're worth the amount of money they're asking for them. These are like $160 now. I bought it when it was like $100. So that's a much more reasonable price for this knife. I really like the knife. I carry it a lot, but $160 is not, I don't like it $160. But luckily I didn't pay for it when it was that much. You have another arrow. I have another knock, so I can just replace the back end, but you know, still, those knocks are like $1 a piece, so I just destroyed $1. As I said, I don't aim at the exact same spot with my compound all the time. I don't aim at just the one dot, and that's why I haven't Robin Hooded, because I try and prevent that, because then I have to spend money to fix them. The Benchmade Narrows is $650. Yeah, I don't know. Benchmade prices are ridiculous. Yeah, I've had that knife. I've had this knife for like 5 years, something like that, and it's still going strong. 4 or 5 years I've had this knife. I think 4 years. 4 years. I've had this knife for 4 years. So, still going strong. I sharpen my own stuff with my diamond plates, all that. It sharpens up really nicely, holds an edge. Have I killed a deer? Not yet, but that's why we're training, so that when we get to next deer season, I'm confident and ready. I still need to get a tree stand and my camo and all that, so I'm not prepared to go out there and do that. But I'm good enough with the bow, and we're just going to keep that training up so we're able to absolutely smoke one. Do it ethically, do it quickly when the time comes. That's why you train for this shot, so that, you know, when you get a good shot, you can make sure you do it, make sure that animal doesn't suffer. Megan says, Jesus loves all you, will give you life and peace. As I said, I tell people this all the time. I agree. I'm a Christian myself, but always remember when you come in here and say things, actually letting your life speak and having a connection with people is much more valuable than just saying these things. You can hear it. Made contact. I'm trying to get my intuitive shooting back in line. Hence why you can see I close my one eye to get everything lined up, and then I open. That one was low. As I said, we're trying to get back in the zone. Do I hunt for hogs? No, I'm in Pennsylvania. We don't got those. But I'm just trying to get my intuitive nature back with the recurve. Low, but on the target. What is the difference of the bows you got? So this one is a recurve bow. It's one solid piece. You can get them in multiple pieces, but they're long. They actually flex these limbs, and that's the only source of power that they have. Because of that, they're a little bit slower. They're simpler to use. You don't have to put accessories on them. You can just shoot them with the bow and the arrow, and the rest of it's your eyes and your brain. They're harder to shoot, less accurate. They shoot shorter distances, a little bit slower, but they're very intuitive. They're very easy to use, and honestly, they're probably a little bit more fun just to shoot around with. The compound bow is like a whole machine. You can be more accurate. They're much faster, much more powerful, better for longer shots, need more penetration, that sort of stuff. They're a heavier duty thing, but they need a whole lot of fancy accessories. There we go. Same here in Pennsylvania. There you go, Wyatt. Puerto Rico, we got plenty of hogs, two-legged hogs. Two-legged. Are you calling people hogs? That's not very nice. Or do you actually just have hogs that have back legs cut off or something? What country are you in? Watching from the Philippines. I am in the United States of America. And to the Republic, for which it's... No, joking. But let's go pull these recurve arrows, do it one more time, and see what we can do. We're just trying to get back in the groove. Actually, let's pull the target up to 10 yards and just get some good shots on target, get a good grouping. Alrighty. Joe Schmo, what did Joe Schmo say? Stuart, what happened with Joe Schmo? Oh, Joe Schmo's that guy. Yeah, I don't know actually what he's saying. I made an inference, and it has yet to be confirmed, so don't fault him for something that I'm just mostly making a joke about. So, all right, let's bring the camera up a little bit. There we go. All right, so that's the problem. I'm just all sorts of whacked out. As I said, lots of different variables with the recurve bow that as of late have changed. I had some finger damage. I had some, I had to get a new string and reset up the whole bow. 3 weeks without practice. We're just trying to figure it out again. Get back in the zone with it. So that one's really low. All right, I think I understand the problem. Hold on, let's see if we just middle this one. I think I figured it out. And then I'll describe and explain. All right, I've got it now. Let me go grab the arrows and I'll explain what's happening. What bow are you shooting? This is a vintage Stemler Archery tartar from the 1960s. All right, we are going to do that because JJ, I keep giving timeouts and they keep coming back in here and causing trouble. Am I right-handed? Yes, I am. I'm using the selfie camera so it flips it around, if that's what you're asking about. Where do you fish in Pennsylvania? All over the place, really. Wherever I can. All right. Granddad's recurve, indeed. This is my grandfather's from the 1960s. I'm going to continue shooting this thing for a while. Eventually, I'll hang it up on the wall because I don't want to break it, especially when he's no longer here and he's getting up there in age. But yeah, I'm, keeping an eye on recurves. If something goes on crazy sale, one of the ones that I like, then I might purchase it and switch over to that one. But yeah, I just want to protect this and have it around even after my grandfather passes, because when he gave me this was my first foray into archery, and now obviously I shoot that. I have the other blue bow, which you guys have seen me shoot. I shoot this. I'm pretty decent at it. All these different things, all these different things, and without him giving me this bow, I never would have started that. So this is a very important memory from him, and I just don't ever want it to break or anything. So eventually I'm going to switch over to a different recurve bow just to keep this one safe. But sent mission some flies for trout, indeed. Do you hunt animals with that? I have not yet, but that's why I'm training, so that I can do that effectively, ethically, and properly, when eventually I get there. There you go. Absolutely middled that one. William Tell blindfolded while intoxicated. No. Family-friendly channel, and we promote safety, not things that could harm you. We'll take a couple more shots with the recurve with you guys over the back shoulder, and then we'll probably pack it up and do a little bit of fishing and fix that arrow that we absolutely demolished by hitting it with another arrow. I say demolished like the whole thing's broken. I just broke a knock. Not just because kids are watching, just because I like to be a generally responsible and respectful person anyway. There's a lot of adults out there anyway that, even though, they know of crazy things and unethical things that people do, they don't necessarily want to see them because it's just annoying sometimes, It's I mean, for example, I don't say curse words, and I'm not opposed to people saying them. Like, I'm not, like, you're terrible when people say them, but like, I don't have the desire to be around people who just say curse words all the time. There's a difference. Not just because kids are watching, just because some people don't appreciate that. Alrighty. I'm trying, Stuart. My generation needs some help. So, if I can be a responsible representative, then I'll do my best. Alright, here we go. I think we're back in the groove. Damron, sorry if I messed that up, says, you the man. Well, thank you. I'm trying. I don't know why kids say 6'7". It just makes no sense. I agree. Get the tree in the back. That one. I mean, I guess I can shoot a tree. These arrows aren't moving it near the velocity of the compound arrow, so I can probably actually pull it out of the tree. Which tree you want? Tell me which tree. My generation couldn't start a lawnmower. Well, there's some of us that can, but they're few and far between. This bow is 40 pounds. My compound bow over here is 65. We've been shooting both of them throughout today's live. Okay, so I knew that one was going high when I let it go, which is good because I'm just starting to get that intuitive feel back. Two of them are really nice. See if we can get a third really good one. Okay, so that one's still a little bit high, but we're right there. I pronounced your name. The one behind the yellow thing. That one or this one? The first one I pointed to or the second? The first option, sure. Hopefully we can pull it out of the tree. All right, it's in the tree. Let's go see if we can pull it out. I think we should be able to because these arrows are lighter and don't move near as fast as the compound arrows do. So we have a good chance of being able to pull it out. Here it is. Dun, dun, dun. In the tree. Ta-da! And it's out. That simple. All right. Let's go shoot a couple more like at the actual target. Can you see the target? Yes, you can. All right, let's get a good grouping on here and then we'll call it a day. I don't know what I'm gonna define as a good grouping. When you hunt deer, you need a license. Indeed you do, and I have one. A little bit to the left, but up and down's good. We're getting there. We are getting there. We're kind of getting our flow back. We're hitting towards the middle on everything. As I said, which I've said this before, when you, I have 78 watching. Well, that's awesome. When you have something that you kind of have done a lot of practice with, you've gotten good at, and then you kind of take a step away and you need to come back to it, it's a lot easier to come back to it than it is to build up the skill to begin with. Because I know how to do it. I know what it feels like. I just need to get back into it. And after just a day or two shooting, we are looking like we're getting back into it pretty swiftly here. We're right around that center there. Let's see if we can just nail one right in the middle. Not quite, but not bad. Doing amazing. I'll check back later. Well, thanks, Mike. I got an idea for you. If you could build a bow for your atlatl, that would be amazing. Like a gigantic bow to shoot my atlatl spears. Yeah, I don't know. Is that a grizzly? No, it's not. Grizzlies are expensive. That's what they're referring to for anybody who doesn't know. A bear grizzly is not actually an animal. There's a bear, that's the brand. Grizzly is the model. Recurve bow. This is a Stemler Archery. It might say it somewhere. I think it's on the inside of the bow. It says it here, but you can't quite read it. You can see the emblem. Stemler Archery Tartar is the name of this bow. Oh yeah, here you go. Stemler tartar says it right there. It is sorry, I lost my train of thought. It's from the 1960s. It was my grandfather's bow, and he gave it to me. It's not the greatest bow in the world, but it's not bad by any means. I've been shooting it for a while, and I very much appreciate it for him because this is how I got into archery, and now I do a whole bunch of other archery stuff as well. And this is something that I'm always going to remember my grandfather by. Stuart, you didn't need to delete that. Be careful about deleting certain things. Don't get delete happy. I love your videos. Well, thank you. How many deer can you hunt a year? It depends on where you are, what state, first of all, and also what sector. My sector of Pennsylvania, I guess technically you could do 7. But that doesn't mean you should. We were having this discussion earlier. You have a buck tag for sure. And then you can get 6 doe tags, but that doesn't mean you should fill all of them. What I would suggest, and I'm not an expert, but I'd suggest doing something more along the lines of 3 or 4, not 7. So, Stuart, if it's disrespectful to me, then I will decide whether or not I want to delete it. If it's something that is inappropriate for the audience, then that's something you can get rid of. If it's to me, I'll take care of it. Just generally. All right, one more group with the recurve, and then we'll probably call it a day. No, one more group with the recurve, then we're gonna close it out by doing the compound out at 40 yards. Oh boy, Jazz, don't start. All right, one more group with the recurve. Hopefully we can do real well here for a moment, and then we can knock out some shots at 40 with the compound. Not a great first shot, but you know, Stuart, you don't even want to, dude. You don't even want to. Bailey, I don't know what that means. You really don't. Dead middle. That's a good one. Repeat that. Do that again. Stuart, you really don't want to. It's just a rabbit trail that never ends. A little bit off to the right. Up and down was good. Okay, let's redo that last shot and then we're good. I'm gonna try one more thing. I'm trying something. Okay. I'm trying one more thing. Hold on. Okay, I got it. All right, pull those recurve arrows and do a group at 40 with the compound. Close it out for the archery session, and then we'll go do a little bit of fishing. And yeah. All right. Yep, that's about right, Stuart. That's the extent you probably want to know about it. Far, yes. 40 yards. Get the hat back on because I can actually shoot the compound with my hat on. That is 40 yards. You can see the targets. Just little guy right down there. Release. Is that my right hole on my release? All right, that's better. I think. Yeah, that's better. All right. A safety jacket. I'm not actually out hunting or in a spot where you're allowed to hunt. So no, I do not need a safety jacket. See, this is my house. See that white building? That is my house. And then there's houses over there. This is just like a little strip of woods in between some houses. So no, I don't need a safety jacket because this isn't really a hunting spot. It's just a spot where I can shoot my bow to practice. Okay. All right, 40 yards. Let's see what it looks like. Here we go. You guys can see it way down there, right there. So the gloves like protect your hands. Indeed, yeah. Watch not my short that I put out yesterday, but the one before that, and you'll see why it's really important. All right, 40 yards. Here we go. Really good shot. When you're hunting, yes, but I'm not hunting today. When you're hunting, you do need some safety orange per Pennsylvania law, but not right now, not today, because I'm not hunting. We're not in a hunting zone. Soccer team won the European Cup on 27th May 1967. There you go. Am I okay? I'm doing great. We're hitting some good shots from 40 yards with the bow. That one was high, but it's made contact with the target. I don't know why that was high. See if we can do another shot and make up for it. That one was good. Sorry, I just bumped the camera. A few more shots. Let me take a look, see where those first ones actually are. I can tell 2 of them are towards the middle, 1 of them's high, but other than that, I don't know. Hold on here, Batman. One's almost dead middle, one's good up and down, a little bit right, and one's pretty high. I don't know what happened on that shot, but hey, it happens sometimes. That one was really nice as well, I believe. Let me see where it hit. That's right in the mix with the first couple. The target is now turned, so like the angles of the arrows when they actually like are in the target are weird because the target has turned a little bit, and now these arrows are going in straight, so they're kind of coming in like a V. But overall, the shot placement's good. Not the best shot, but generally close enough. One more. Let's make this one the best. Not great, but in the mix. In the mix for sure. I'm not quite a professional, but I can shoot decently enough. All right. When are you going fishing? Right about now. We're gonna clean up all our archery stuff, get that back to the house, which, as I said, is just right across the road. And then once we got that all cleaned up, we will be able to go fishing. We're gonna fix that arrow knock first, though. So yeah, let's go grab the arrows, go grab the target, get everything cleaned up. I'll be back. I gotta run down there, which is obviously quite a ways away. All right, we're back. Good midday to all. Herbert, you just missed it. We just did a set out at 40 yards with the bow and you missed it. Darn. But that's why rewatches exist. All right, let's de-string the recurve. Let's do that. We got 32 watching, 72 thumbs up. And we have 6 gifts that I was given today. Well, thank you guys. Make sure I'm doing it on the right side. I'm not. It's good catch. Ugh, do this. Go like that. For anybody who's never seen this, this is how you string and unstring a recurve bow. Use a piece of paracord. Over here you've got a small loop right in the groove where the string goes. Over here you got a large loop that can slide up and down. You put it on the limb, step on it, lift up on that bow. You can take the tension off of the bowstring, put it into the paracord, and then let it down slowly, and your bow's de-strung. What do the gifts mean? It's a monetary like support for me, and it's like a fun little emoji that they can purchase and use in the chat, and it supports me, so I appreciate that. All right, now we got to get the compound in the case. Actually, what we might as well do is I might as well go grab a pair of pliers and fix that knock over here, because then I got to put the arrow in the case and then take the arrow out and then put it back in. Like, so I'll just go get the pliers and I'll be back. Give me one moment. Alrighty, we're back. I'm not deer hunting, we are just practicing. Woo! Pair of pliers. There it is. Broken knock. Maybe we should make a collection of broken knocks. Oh, sorry, we had a connection in there. There you go. Connection issue there, but we're back. Should we collect broken knocks or not? I feel like that's kind of dumb. I don't think I want to collect broken knocks. But now we were practicing with our bow just for fun, also to make sure that we're a good shot when we eventually go hunting, all that sort of stuff. Ashley says hi. Did the knock get Robin Hooded? Yeah. I was actually, just before I did that, I was talking about how I don't typically aim at the same spot on a target, just so that I don't do that, because I will hit my knock and then have issues. And then I was aiming for a super small dot to show the accuracy of the compound compared to the recurve. I put 3 arrows in there and hit one of my other arrows on the third shot. So when you doing hunting, do you kill then? I don't know. Hunting, I'll be hunting with the bow set, with this bow setup that shoots these arrows. It's right over here. That bow, I'll be hunting with that next year. So yeah. All right, let's grab the spare knock and fix this thing. All right, spare knock. Just like this. Let's look at how the others are set up. So they've got the opening in line with that white fletch. So we're gonna do the same thing. In line with the white fletch. Get that pressed in there. There we go. Let's check the alignment compared to this guy. Very similar. Christina, thank you for the super chat. Blue Geeky. No Blue Geeky. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the arrow. We got it lined up. We're just going to find a nice spot on the tree. Press straight in. Replacement knock. Bang. Right in there. Now, all right, let's take this broken knot, toss that in the pocket or something. 28 people in here, 74 thumbs up. We got $2 in super chat, 6 gifts given today. Thank you guys. Fix my pants, there we go. All right, let's get all the archery stuff put away, and then we're gonna go fishing. All right, get our arrows situated in here. You guys can't see a darn thing. Right there. All right, arrows are in, I think. Yeah, I don't know why my brightness went down. Nice case, I agree. Got a great deal on it. We're gonna take the stabilizer bars off, twist that out right there, twist this one out right there. Boom. And then release goes in the case, and then we should be done with the compound case. 77th amino, sweet. All right, compound ready to roll. Let's grab all the rest of our gear. 40 people in here. Thank you guys. Multi-tool right here. I wonder if this fits on my belt. It's got a... I wear wide belts, so I don't know if this would actually fit. Ooh, I think it just barely fits. Oh yeah, it's about as close to not fitting as you can get. Christian? My name's Christian. My name is Nolan. I am a Christian, but my name is Nolan. Alright, we got the multi-tool on the belt, because why not? Might as well keep it in ready access. Got the Recurve arrows. Oh, Christina. Maybe you're referring to Christina. I don't know. We'll see. Recurve arrows. We got the Recurve. Got the glove for the Recurve. Recurve stringer in my pocket. And we'll do this in 2 trips. We'll take you guys and the bow, the Recurve across, and then we'll come back to the compound and the target. Oh, there we go. Alright, making it across the road. Alright, we will leave y'all right here for now. You can see me come across the street with the other gear. Yeah, right there. I'll be back in a moment. All right. For you, all right. Let's take this up to the garage, and I'll come back for that stuff in a moment. 50 people in here. Thank you guys. We're wrapping up the archery session, and then we're gonna real quick go do some fishing. Make sure you can't see license plate. Tie my shoe. Let me go grab the other gear. I'll be back in just a moment. Hey. How's it going?
How you doing? I'm trying to get over because I bring everything.
Oh, well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good one.
You too. And
hopefully the lawn turned out well for you.
It's great.
All right.
I might try to do it one more time.
Okay.
But I'll move it out the blower.
Yeah.
Like mulching and just gas out of it.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Hello.
Are you still on? Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
No, you're good.
I don't know what I'm doing.
House is the hot spot today. We're getting the bow away.
Well, good. I'm glad he's able to help.
Yes.
Oh.
The next one is to run the gas out of the lawn.
Maybe.
Maybe there's another growing, but it's more like I want to do the
Well, you can run over the leaves, and then it makes it easier.
That stuff blew away this year.
I know.
All right, I will.
Yeah, Emmy does cyber gym, so she has to track what activity she does. So we're lying and saying this is hers because she does gymnastics.
Yeah.
But the problem is she can't wear a fitness watch at gymnastics.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand if you're involved in private athletics, why they can't just sign off. Hi, she practices 15 hours of gymnastics a week.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Mhm.
So we lie, and what I do
Alrighty.
is
Yep, indeed. Who's in the background? Everybody's in the background today. We got my neighbor who I mow the lawn for, and my parents just coming back from a bike ride. But we're going fishing here in a moment.
So like it's just weird because like
I understand. We did the same thing with Jake because Jake had soccer and he couldn't wear it. He needed soccer.
right, I'm like
So, but I think at the time you could sign off and say like he's in club soccer and he's doing practice. And stuff like that. I don't know.
yeah, they won't let us, which is just stupid. Like, and I mean, definitely in gymnastics, like they have there were the things on their wrist. Like, what are you gonna do? Clock yourself in the head with your watch?
Exactly.
And like, take care.
Have a good rest of
You too. Oh, and your grandmother asked something about, are you doing something with her car?
Watch your car. Watch your car. You just hit it with. Stop. Keep going. Go forward
You
now.
said stop.
I
stop,
did
so
say
did.
stop, and then you went backwards.
All right, we're back. Mission is the new Steve Harvey. I'm not sure I understand that. Like, I know who Steve Harvey is, obviously, but I'm not sure I get what you're getting at, but sure. There we go. Gia's back. And Draw Sweet. Both new to the channel as of the last couple days. Thanks for coming back in. Oh, Family Feud. No, we're just trying to make sure there's not much space to get into the garage, and we're just trying to make sure we don't, like scratch the crap out of the cars with the bikes. That's all. Alrighty. I'm gonna grab my fishing bag and get my monocular off. I still have that. Get my monocular off. We're gonna go fishing for a couple minutes, not too long. Gonna come out here, go grab my fishing bag from the truck. Oh, there's a bird's nest in this tree. Look at that. Right there. Here's my truck. Freshly serviced differential as of yesterday. 1.16K. Well, thanks. Thanks to everyone who's a new follower of the channel. I appreciate it. 1,160 subscribers. Just over a month ago, we were only at like 900, so thank you guys. Christina got 2 likes. That's awesome. Alrighty, I have some worms in the basement fridge. I have no idea if they're good anymore, but I'm gonna at least go grab them. If they're bad, we can just get them out of the fridge, and if they're good, we can use them today. So I'm gonna quick run downstairs, grab the worms, and I'll be back. I'll do that as quick as possible. Oil up. Now we did the differential on the truck, so I mean, I guess technically it is oil. We replaced all the lube, got a new gasket in there, all the good stuff. Stuart, you're correct. He may have been asking about something slightly more inappropriate, but sometimes you just got to divert the question. Sometimes you got to divert the question. I know that term. Yeah. Question diversion. It's a skill. All right. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm going to go grab those worms and we'll get out to the fishing spot. Alright, we're back. 40 people still hanging out in here. Where'd I put that, I don't know. I lost my windsock, I think. Potentially. Which kind of fish? Whatever we can catch. I have no idea if any of these worms are good. Oh, we got at least, oh, they're still good. They're alive. That's always good. Have some good live worms. We might need 2 more things, actually. Well, first of all, given the phone battery percentage of 30, start the live at 90% battery, we are going to need ourselves. Got my keys, great, so I can unlock the truck. We're going to need a cord so that we can charge as needed, and we're shielded from the wind by the trees. We're gonna rock without a windsock. It might be a bad move, but we're gonna try. It makes it easier to charge anyway. Take my flies if that's okay. Not a bad idea, Stuart. We'll take a little fly rod with us, see if the fish want any flies. Two-weight fly rod. We got the little fly rod. Stuart, what's the smallest fly you have in there? Do you have anything I can throw in a 2-weight? Because as I said, my 6-weight's still out of commission for the time being. Fish with the shrimp. Sure. Alright, it's looking like most of the things in here are a little bit too large to throw on the 2-weight. When we get the 6-weight back in action, I will fish with these. But I'm taking a look. These are flies sent from Stuart from Just Me Doing YouTube. And it looks like everything's a little too big for the 2-weight. So I'll hold off, but I will get to fish with these at some point. I promise, Stuart. And given that we're not using some Stuart flies, I think I'm gonna leave the fly rod here because I would love to use some Stuart flies. But if I'm not using Stuart flies, then I'll just kind of sit back and relax with the spinning rod. Alrighty. Yeah, they're all a little bit big. They're like a 4 to 6 weight type size. But if anyone wants to see some fish I've caught on Stuart's flies before, if you watch my semi-recent Colorado fishing adventure, that video, the long form video, there's a rainbow trout that I catch on the fly. That was a fly from Stuart that I caught that fish on. All right, let's get down to the stream. Walking distance. Got 2 rods, a bag, and some worms. We're gonna go catch something. I'll send you some nip and some small stuff. Sweet. I've got some that I could use, but yeah, using them from you would be pretty sweet. Just because I can. Well, there you go. Yeah, we've got so I looked at the tracking, or the shipping tracking for the replacement part to my fly rod to make sure that we're back up and running and able to use it again. I looked at the shipping information on it, and it says the part is in Pennsylvania. I don't recognize the name of the town in Pennsylvania, so it could definitely be in Pennsylvania, somewhere in there. But it's in the actual state in which I live, so I guess it's coming. Move the camera a little bit. Sorry about that, guys. We're taking a walk to the fishing spot. It's a little bit of a walk. We're gonna go out there. We've got some live worms, but we also have some artificials to use as we each so desire. But yeah, we're probably gonna use the worms most of the time because they're getting old and we've got them, and worms work well, so we might as well use them. Probably not going to be out here fishing too long, catch a couple, and get ourselves back home. It's going to be the goal here. I'm hungry. I want some lunch. I got some work to do on a variety of things. I got some good outdoor time in today, which I always like to do if I can, but I got lots of things to work on. So, yeah. Uh-oh, we got a dog walker up here, and the dog has a cone on. Poor pup. Poor pup. See if I can flip the stream around. Walking over a bridge here. Take a pit stop here. Let the dog pass us by. That way we're not freaking him out. He's already got a cone on. He's got enough to worry about. Let's take a look at the stream level here. Water's kind of low. If you take a look right here, that's kind of where the water typically is, right at that little bank, right at the edge. It's pretty low. Here's what this bridge looks like. We've done some fishing under that bridge in some videos before. Gia is back. Thanks for stopping back in. Oh, the dog's taking another stop. We might never get to the fishing spot at this rate. 61 people in here. We are about to get up to our fishing spot, but there's some dog walkers up here that are taking their time, so we're trying to let them wait so I'm not bothering the dog. The dog's still not on the move, so we're just gonna go up and pass them. That's fine. We're working on it. Alright, they're walking on the other side of the road. That's good. Walking to the fishing spot. Got a nice little scenic overlook with the bench here. Almost there. Next left turn. Here's the spot. Walk down the little stairs. And walk around this side of the basketball court, and then we'll be there. All right. Whoa, sorry about that, guys. All right, here's the creek. Beautiful, clear day. Check out the water. Should have brought my polarized glasses for sure, but I forgot. All right, we've made it out here to the creek. Let's see what it has in store for us today. I imagine we'll get a couple fish. Probably not super exciting fish, not super big fish, but we'll get a couple, I'm sure. All right. We got ourselves a little jig head with a float. We're going to take the float off in the pocket, plastic off, and we're just going to get a wormhole in there, toss it around, see what's happening. All right, let's see what's out and about. Hold on here. All right, we got it. Yeah, water's definitely low. A lot of small ones. There's a lot of small ones out there. Is this the cast about episode? Growing up, we used to use corn beanie weenies for bait. Well, there you go. A lot of little fish scooting around. If we put on there's a sucker. If we put on a smaller hook, I'm certain we can catch one, because they're messing with this little bit larger bait. But I'm gonna wait to put on a smaller presentation for just a moment. See if anything bigger comes about. We got one messing with it right now. Just missed him. A little bit bigger fish sitting over there. Put it right back in the zone. Oh, just missed him again. There's something a little bit larger over there. I can't totally see what it is. But oh, there we go. It's a creek chub. Little tiny creek chub. Squirrels over there. Beautiful little creek chub. Minuscule, but that's our fish. First fish of the day. We caught ourselves a fish. See if there's anything else over there. Seems like we got a bigger chub on. Oh, he just popped off. It was a bigger chub. Oh, nice chub. Really nice chub. Oh, yeah. That's a much bigger chub. Boom. Whoa, calm down, buddy. There we go. That's a good one. Look at these colors. Beautiful. There he goes. Still got that same piece of worm on. See if we can get it back in the zone. There we go, good cast. See if another one comes out to play. I think we've got another one playing with it. Oh, lost him. What fish is it? It's called a creek chub. They're super common. A lot of people just view them as bait, but every fish is cool in its own right. He's not the most exciting fish in the world, but he's still pretty cool. There we go, we got something. It's another chub, I think. Yeah, another creek chub. Little tiny one. These little tiny fish can just be good fun in just going out there and catching something. Doesn't have to be the most exciting fish to have fun with it. Oh, there we go. Got one biting. Oh, just missed him. They're all sitting on the opposite side of the creek over there. Far side of the creek. Got lots of fish chilling. Oh, I caught a stick. Whoa! Have I ever screwed up a carp's mouth? If you're referring to the inappropriate comment, then no. But I have hooked a couple that caught tears in the mouth. It depends on what you're asking. A little baby fish, indeed. So, yeah, clarify what you mean and I will answer. Yeah, face. I don't know what you're talking about. There you go. We're just gonna remove those messages. People come in here and just like to make weird comments. There we go. Another chub. Fisher K80 says, hi, hello. We just caught ourselves a fish. Little creek chub. Let's see if we can get ourselves to triple-digit likes on the day. We are at 88, 12 away. How's my day been? It's been great. We did a little archery at the beginning of the live. Now we're out here doing some fishing. Stuart got me a screenshot of the big chub. Well, thanks, Stuart. I'll probably use that for the thumbnail of this video. Whoa, creek chub on. There's another one. Dang. We're smacking them. Anybody keeping count for me of how many chubs I've caught? Because I'm not. I'll go back and check the live later so I can write it down somewhere, but I have no idea how many I've caught. That's a good one. Oh, that's a really good one. That might be better. Oh my goodness, this one's huge. Don't come off. Oh, yeah. I think it's more like 8, something like that, but look at that one. That's even bigger than our other big one. Look at that chub. Let me get a finger in his mouth. That'll be a better way to hold him. That's beautiful. We are just using some worms. Look at the head on this guy. Beautiful fish. Let him go. Right back in there. All right. We still got that same piece of worm. Toss it back in there. There's another something. I think it's another chub. Yep, another chub. There's other types of fish in here, but lots of them are chubs. How long have I been fishing for? I've been fishing for 6 years. Yeah, 6 years. Oh, just about. We're coming up on 6.5. Yeah, 6.5 years. Consistently, that is. I had gone fishing before then, but I wasn't like a fisherman before that time. Another chub. Oh, he's on the ground. Come back here, buddy. Come back. Come back. There we go. Another chub. See, this type of stuff doesn't take a ton of skill to go out there and catch a boatload of creek chubs, but it is a very good time. It's fun. There's another one. It's super fun. It can get old, but yeah, you gotta rotate what you do in fishing. A bunch of chubs can be a really good time. But other pursuits that are harder can be fun as well. I was born to fish, forced to do everything else. Oh yeah. Oh, missed him. I think I lost my worm. Nope, it's there. Mission has caught a massive flathead. A couple pretty good ones. Yeah, a couple of them. I've caught 3. Oh, that's a stick. Oh, there it comes again. I've caught 3 over 30 inches long. So, biggest fish I've ever caught. I caught about 100-pound stingray last year in Maryland. That's my largest fish. The second largest fish is big old shark I caught in Delaware. The video of the ray is out on the channel. It is my most recent edition of Ocean City, Maryland Multi-Species Madness. Go check that one out on the channel. It's a long video, but there's a lot of cool catches in that one. Obviously, the really cool one is that ray. Right towards the end of that video, I catch that ray. But the whole video is worth a watch. I catch a bunch of skate, some kingfish, lots of really cool catches in that one. Do I own a boat? I own a kayak. I've got lots of videos of that as well. It's a very interesting fold-up kayak. I have a fish finder that I put on it. Lots of good stuff. Lots of content on that as well here on the channel. Oh, we're getting bit. There's another fish. I don't think this one's a chub. I think this is our first non-chub of the day. We got ourselves a non-chub. Come here, buddy. Whoa. No. This is really cool. I don't catch these very often. This, I believe, is a comely shiner. You can see how they're kind of transparent. I don't know if the camera's doing a good job of it, but you've got this hollow section. The body's kind of see-through, and you can see their stomach there. It's got that line. I believe this is a comely shiner. It's a really cool one. Someone look up what a comely shiner looks like, and Maybe Stuart can do that. Tell me if that is a comely. I believe it is. C-O-M-E-L-Y, comely. Oh, here we go. Oh, missed him. Missed him. Daryl says, hi, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Can you take it out on the live stream? I've done 1 or 2 lives where I've taken the kayak out on live stream. You can find them on the channel, and plenty of videos where I take it out as well. And you get the GoPro view. Can you do it today? No, I cannot do it today. We're probably not going to be too long before I shut this live down. We've been live for just about 3 hours. There we go. Another nice chub, I believe. Yep, nicer chub. Holo bass on. Not quite a bass, but we do have a fish. Fish. I don't know how many we've caught, but there's quite a few. Oh, I think we got ourselves another shiner. We do. This one is not a comely, I know that for sure. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. He's a feisty little rascal. As you can see, this one does not have that transparent section. And on that back fin, you can see that black mark. This is a spot fin shiner. I know that one. Missed him. Come back. All right, we got another shiner, I believe. Yep, hooked right there in the mouth. This is a, let me look. This one, ooh, we've caught 3 different species now. As best as I can tell, they're kind of hard to tell. I'm not 100% certain. But this is a satin fin shiner. Very similar to a spot fin, but that's a satin fin. That's our 4th species of the day, I believe. Just right from this little hole. None of them super big, but the variety, that's why microfishing, fishing for tiny stuff's exciting. I'm gonna have a video on that in the coming months about why that sort of stuff's really cool. We got another fish. That's another chub. Chub. You're just from Hawaii. Sweet. Fish. Okay. You don't say fishing. Okay. Interesting. Just thinking of fatty flatties that will get a feast in half next year. Yeah, I didn't actually go flathead fishing more than like twice this year. I was really busy with lots of other kind of cool things that I did. So yeah, but and then Anyfin Bob, who I typically go flathead fishing with, he didn't go much this year. He did a lot of saltwater stuff. So you guys who've seen me go flathead fishing consistently in the summers of the past, I've gone with Bob, and he didn't go a lot this year. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the flathead prospects for next year are going to look like. Let's see if we can catch one more fish, and then we're probably going to call it. Land and charter fish girl tune, stuck in Seattle. Oh man. But hey, I've done enough fishing in enough different locations to know that anywhere there's water, there's a good chance there's fish. So I'm sure you can fish somewhere there. I'm starting to get hungry for lunch. So once we get one more fish, probably going to call it. Almost had him there. we've got nippers. They're just all coming and nipping at it. Oh, another mega chub. Good Lord. That's a good way to end it, on the mega chub. Come here. Oh, this one has amazing colors too. Check that one out. That's a great one to end it on. Mike, watch your language there. I'm not going to delete that one, but watch it. We're trying to keep it family friendly. No super big fish today, but we're enjoying these small little chubs. Beautiful colors on this chub. Look at that guy. Look at the pinks on the face. It's beautiful. Toss him back. That's going to be our last one of the day. All right. Number 91. Not quite 91, but I did catch quite a few here in just a couple minutes. Oh, 92 likes. There we go. That makes more sense. Sometimes I'm just not on it. I try my best, but when you're doing live, you're doing an activity that you got to keep your mind on. You're talking to people, all that stuff. What do you plan to do with the chubby? Right now I'm just enjoying them, but you know, I definitely can. I definitely am capable of using them for bait. I've used them for bait in the past for a number of different types of fish, but yeah, nice little fishing session done. That was only 2 little chunks of worms. No, I'm not. Not at all. Generally, I don't agree with that choice of action, but as always, anybody who I disagree with, I'm willing to respect them as a person and their opinion. But yeah, it's not something I personally agree with, so I definitely wouldn't do it myself. Alrighty, well, I'm hungry. It's getting a little bit chilly, actually. It was warmer earlier in the morning. It's now 1 o'clock. This is usually when the peak temperature starts to hit. But yeah. First of all, I just find this cool. I keep staring at them. It's really, really cool. Look at these trees. You can see the orange around them. They look like conifers, like evergreens, but they aren't, obviously, because they're turning orange and dropping these things. It's just very interesting looking. But yeah, I'm starting to get hungry for lunch. It's starting to get a little bit chilly. So yeah, I'm gonna head back to the house, get some food. Penn State game today starts at 3:30, and although Penn State's not been doing so hot this year because of some coaching changes and just a lot of weird stuff, it does seem like this is a game that we could possibly win. So I'm gonna go sit down, try and enjoy that. And yeah, I'll catch up with you guys later. I've got quite a bit of content still coming your way in the next couple weeks or so. Got my Thanksgiving break coming up, so I'll be doing a lot of stuff, doing some lives over Thanksgiving break, doing lots of editing, all sorts of good stuff. Stay tuned. I thank you to everyone who came in today. It was a really good live, really enjoyable. And yeah, stay tuned for future lives and future updates. Have a good one, guys. See ya.